In 1962, President John F. Kennedy signed a proclamation which designated May 15th, which was a couple days ago, as Police Officers Memorial Day, and the week in which that date falls is Police Week. National Police Week runs this year from May 13th through May 19th, and it's observed throughout the United States as a reminder of the sacrifice made by law enforcement officers. We always delay our remembrance ceremony because we send a lot of our honor guard, which you see here to the right. Our honor guard members go down to Washington, D.C., and they participate in a lot of events held there at the National Law Enforcement Officer Memorial and at the museum. This year, the Sterling Heights Police Department rode in the Police Unity Tour, which is a 300-mile bike ride from New Jersey to Washington, D.C. to support the National Law Enforcement Officer Memorial and the National Law Enforcement Officer Museum, which is located directly next to the memorial. The museum finally, after 20 years, is getting ready to open this fall, and for us, it is the first time we have a designated place for all law enforcement officers. Everything in the history of our occupation, the history of this country, will be housed at that museum. It is finally being opened this fall, and a large part due to these officers. We have 3 of them here today. They actually rode in the Police Unity Tour that raised this money for this event, so we couldn't be happier about the museum opening up. Our officers rode with a memorial bracelet commemorating Sterling Heights' 3 fallen officers, and they would like to present them to the family now. This time, I would like to honor the fallen officers of the Sterling Heights Police Department that did give all. Officer Leroy Imus. End of watch, December 2nd, 1971. Officer Imus was killed by a hit-and-run driver on M53 Expressway during a traffic stop at 1:07 a.m. Norman Stolzenfeld. End of watch, October 7th, 1983. Captain Stolzenfeld suffered a fatal heart attack while on duty. He was only 49 years old. Officer Mark Sawyers. End of watch, June 5th, 2004. Mark sustained a fatal gunshot wound while seated in his patrol vehicle, completing a police report in the parking lot at 15 Mile Road in Van Dyke. At this time, ladies and gentlemen, prepare for a 21-gun salute.
Ready. Hey. Fire. Ready. Hey. Fire.
So what inspires a person to be a police officer? Each officer attending today's ceremony probably has a different answer. But whatever the reason, it is your willingness to protect and serve that is the inspiration.